So I want to talk about Harriet Tubman and the promise that the Treasury Department made a few years ago before the Obama administration went out. They made the promise that she was going to be on the $20 bill by 2020. Yesterday, Steve Mnuchin, Secretary of the Treasury, basically punted down the field at least 6 years, saying that if it happens, it's only going to happen in 2026, and it's not going to be anything that he will have responsibility for. Take a listen in to this clip.
Do you support Harriet Tubman being on the $20 bill?
I've made no decision as it relates to that, and that decision won't be made in as I said,
but there was a community process. There was a community process.
Again, it's a decision of the Secretary of the Treasury. Right now, my decision is focused on security features.
And what about imagery? What about the representation?
Again, it's not a decision that is likely to come until way past my term, even if I serve the second term for the president. So I am not focused on that at the moment.
Now, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because Steve Mnuchin said, I'm not getting into this because obviously conservatives would lose their mind. I pause. Let me say this. I have to operate in two channels at all time, two wavelengths at all time, because I really don't care if Harriet Tubman is on the $20 bill. I don't think Harriet Tubman would even want to be on the $20 bill of a nation in which she was formerly sold, right? Using that same currency or the ancestry currency, whatever. I don't care. But the point is, Harriet Tubman would not want to be a part of this American capitalistic system, right? She was a product of it. I believe that she would look at this and say, you know what I mean, with a very stern look and say, y'all lost your damn minds. So me personally, I never cared for the idea. And then the other wavelength that I have to operate in is like, okay, I get it. Representation 100% matters. And I only say it like that kind of, with a solemn resolve because, it does matter. Like, the more images my daughter gets to see of black women doing things, the more it makes her proud to be black. The more she sees women doing great things, the more she believes that she can do it. Like, I'm literally seeing that happen before my eyes. I don't know if any of you have children, but representation matters. And for so many of you, you never had that problem because, all you ever saw on television was people who look like you. Well, that's not always been the case for black people. So I have this fight warring in my mind at any given time with most issues because honestly, who the hell cares? I mean, American capitalism is one of the number one problems that we have across this globe. When you think Harriet Tubman, the woman who set so many slaves free and would have set even more free if they knew they were slaves, you think she gives a damn about being on the $20 bill? I think she would be repulsed by the idea. I think she would be more interested in challenging America and challenging American imperialism presently, right? If we moved her up to date, she wouldn't argue about a $20 bill. She would argue over American imperialism. She would argue over American capitalism and how it's still exploiting people across the globe, still getting essentially slave labor just by another name. That's what she would care about. But at the same time, my little girl definitely needs to see some representation. So I have both these things, this dichotomy in my brain going at any given time. So there's good about this, there's bad about this, but what I love about this, Mnuchin said, I am not putting myself in the middle of this fight, which he knows conservatives will lose their mind. Conservatives would absolutely, I wish I could cuss on this program. Come to my podcast and I'll just say it the way I want to say it. But they would go bat crazy over the fact of us replacing Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill. I believe it's Andrew Jackson, right? One of the most evil, destructive, belligerent, drunken, bloodthirsty monsters in American history for whom Donald Trump is a big fan, right? Of whom Donald Trump is a big fan. They would lose their mind if we take him off of the $20 bill and put Harriet Tubman. And so Steve Mnuchin said, you know what? The hell with that. I'm putting this down. I'm putting this down the field. And no matter how many times Representative Ayanna Pressley, who I know how many times she asked him differently, he said, nope. He said, look, even if I'm here for a second term, I'm not touching it. And you know what? I don't blame him.